That's the look right there. Good morning, welcome to Cooley Outdoors. I'm your host, Brandon Scott. With me is going to be my wife, Sabrina, and both my parents. I am filming this intro after the fact, as you can see with my glorious bookshelf of knowledge and amazingness behind me, because we were kind of in a rush to try and do this. I was a bit late getting out to the beach this morning because work took 4 hours longer than it should have, and we were chasing a falling tide, and we wanted to get stuff done before the tide flipped back over and came back up. So I said, screw it, we're not doing the intro. It's also a bit of a hunt to figure out which beach we wanted to do, because Mom and Dad had been out there for a few days beforehand and done some of the beaches that I was originally planning on doing. So then we went to go try and do another beach. It turns out you can't get on that beach directly right now, so this is like plan D at the moment. Anyway, what are we doing? We are doing Beach 4. Yes, I know I've technically done it already once, but that was literally just to the tide pool rocks and back really quick. So we're going to go much further on Beach 4. I'll show you the map really quick here soon. We're going to go all the way up to where the old Beach 6 access theoretically is at Steamboat Creek. But yeah, part of the thing is Beach 6's parking lot has been taken over by a construction contractor for most of the last decade, so whatever trail there was to go down from Beach 6, it's kind of been obliterated because we went and looked for it and couldn't find it, because that was the original plan to go to. So we decided next best thing would be to park at the big paved lot of Beach 4 and hike north the 2 odd miles it was to the Beach 6 trailhead. And along the way, obviously, you'll see the tide pool rocks. Kind of did a little bit of that at the end. I'm probably have to do that its own separate video here. Who knows when. But anyway, show you the map. So the coastal strip of the Olympic coast, Kalaloch, is down here. We parked here at the big parking lot at Beach 4 and walked the 2 odd miles to Beach 6 at Steamboat Creek. There are 3 fairly major creek crossings, including Steamboat Creek, which I didn't do because I didn't have my rubber boots on because I was sick and tired of wearing rubber boots at work. So yeah, let's talk about books. 100 Hikes, South Cascades and Olympics. The only hikes it talks about at the coast are the 3 big backpacking ones, and then the Ozette Loop and Shy Beach. So these numbered beaches down at Kalaloch, it doesn't talk about. It does talk about Ruby Beach, but that's not what we did. Day Hiking Olympic Peninsula 2nd edition. It talks about both Kalaloch North, which is Kalaloch to Browns Point, and Ruby Beach, which is the next beach to the north of it, but doesn't talk about Beach 4 directly. But you could also get to where we got to, going from Ruby Beach south to Beach 6 and Steamboat Creek, which is about 2.5 miles one way. Dad did that the previous day, so we weren't going to do that. And then same thing with Day Hike Olympic Peninsula. It talks about Kalaloch North and Ruby Beach to Browns Point, but not the actual hike we did. So as you saw, it's ranked like 9 out of 18 on my Olympic National Park beaches list. I have a very incomplete beach list for the state for different categories that I need to continue working on. But it's ranked so low because, well, it's in the further south you go, the less there is to see on the beaches, because eventually you make it down to Long Beach and so on, which are just big wide strips of sand, which is cool and exciting to walk in if you want to do that. But if you want to see things, you got to go further north, which is why generally, if you look at the list, the further north beaches are higher on the list and the further south beaches are lower on the list. Beach 4 makes it as high as it is because of the tide pooling rocks right at the beach entrance. And then going to Beach 6, like we ended up doing, there's 3 fairly large creeks to cross, and eventually you get pretty tight into some bluffs on the beach. So it's pretty nice. Other than that, what else is there to say? Not much, I don't think. So let's go hit the beach. I think this is just an overlooky trail, if I remember correctly. I think so. Because you got to go down quite a ways. Maybe not. I don't remember. It's been too many years since I've done Beach 4. But it is a nice one because it's got rocks to check out. It's got tide pools to check out. It's got a creek to cross immediately. Methinks, yep, this is just overlook. Overlooky.
I didn't come down this far. This is 2 miles from the other, from the
Yeah,
bridge, and I didn't come down this far.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
saw this, but I didn't see it. But we can get around that, right?
yeah, it's like 2.25 miles to the Beach 6 parking lot. So yeah, Beach 4 has a nice big paved parking lot. Okay, fine. No, you're in the way. And you drop down, and we're gonna head north to Beach 6 because Beach 6 has been used for construction staging for so long that there is no trail going down to it at the moment. And between Beach 4 and Beach 6 parking lots is, like I said, 2.25 miles ish. In between there's like 3 major creeks to cross and 2, I think 1 or 2 points of rocks to cross. So it's a fairly exciting walk. Nice large paved parking lot. You can see Hopper in the sun there. This is my favorite of the numbered beaches, methinks, just because I haven't done Browns Point yet, which we might do later in the day. And if I do, I'll obviously tag it there. I would like to do Browns Point later in the day. But yeah, the spot here at where Beach 4 enters, or the trail to Beach 4 enters, also has a nice, interesting tidbit of geology that gets featured prominently in geology textbooks talking about the Pacific Northwest and subduction/accretion for this geologic system we have in the Pacific Northwest, which is subduction and accretion creating the volcanoes we have, and the uplift and then downlift during earthquakes. And we'll be able to get to see it here at the entrance to the beach. Morning. Small creek. There's 3 much larger creeks to the north between here and the Beach 6 parking lot. One of them is large enough to be named Steamboat Creek, which is always going to add some flavor and excitement to your beach walk. So that's the direction we're going to go. And I guess until it gets changed back, opened up into Beach 6, I'm just going to call it Beach 4 North. Or Beach 4 in general. We shall see.
Hello.
Hello. Someone came through and put a lot of work into the trail stabilization recently.
Yeah. Probably sometime we did lose them.
Probably, yeah. They probably just knocked them all out at the same time. Looks good. Looks good. Yeah, this bridge is always cool. Yeah. Entering Beach 4 on the wild Olympic coast of Olympic National Park. And that is your interesting geology, your uplifted beds. Could go south towards Beach 3. We're gonna go north towards Beach 6 in Ruby Beach. Get down here in time to hopefully watch Shmew and Serena descend. Ah, look at those layers. Rocks are slippery, so be careful. It'd be perfect if I say rocks are slippery and then biff it myself. Probably should have went around the other way, but that's okay. And beach on we are. So yeah, those those rocks. That is the, right there. You can see the horizontal layer and the tilted layers. Ooh, ah, pretty, pretty. Let's go down that way. Hi, pup. Come on. Go down that way. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Big dangerous creek crossing. Hiya! Yeah, I should have wore my rubber boots, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. Knock it off. Come on! Father always hunting for treasures and other things to take off the beach, because, you know, picking up litter is good. But after just a quarter mile from the beachhead, you come up to this set of rocks. And even on a high tide was at 10:15 this morning, and it was a +9. And it's going down to a 0 on the dot at 5 o'clock. And it's 12:15, so it's had 2 hours to go down. So it's probably sitting at a 7-ish right now. And even with this high tide, you can see you can get by this point and through these rocks. Now when we come back, hopefully we'll get access out there a little better, and maybe I'll do some tide pool long exposure. And if I do, I'll obviously share it and show it to you. But yeah, if you want to come check out some tidal rocks without having to walk too far, this is a good spot. I'm just goofing around on the rocks because I can, taking look-sees of things. Yeah, it's on there very tight. Too high to go goofing into that, and then we should be open for business all the way to where the beach 6 access would be from here on in. We got a nice wide beach to walk on. I'm gonna go poke my head into a couple of these rocks and try and kind of scope out where my possible tide pooling shots will be later. Yeah. Oh yeah, there'll be some good, I bet there'll be some good tide pooling action out there. Can I get out there right now? I mean, I could. I feel like I goofed around on these rocks some on our other Beach 4 video from a couple years ago. But yeah, I bet there'll be some good tide pooling shooting to do. And the tide's just going down until after dark, so this is the day to come check stuff out. And of course the weather is amazing. Like I was saying earlier in the intro, it's going to be 50 degrees and sunny. Can't ask for a better day in January to go exploring the beach. Sucks for the snowpack, but for being out here, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, there's going to be lots of good excitement action out there. Oh yeah. Yeah. I got a couple sitting there with the birds. Yeah, it's gonna be really good on the way back. Yeah. Yeah, be a good spot. That's where all the tide pooling goodness is. And now we wander. And see what we can find. So with the beach 6 access being inaccessible, it's gonna be like what? 4.5, 5 miles one way to Ruby Beach entrance?
6.6.
Yeah. So
see something down there unless I said it's stuff.
Yeah. Dad's always hunting for stuff. I'm mainly out here to, oh, juvenile bald eagle? Juvenile bald eagle coming in. Juvenile bald eagle cruising. Is he gonna land for us, or is he gonna just keep going? He's just gonna keep going. Oh, here comes another one. Is he gonna land? He is gonna land. Right there. Heck yeah.
Young one hasn't become white yet.
Yeah, that takes till like they're 6 or 7 or so.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, it takes a long time for them to go bald, quote unquote. So we'll have 3 fairly large creeks to try and navigate between here and probably where we're going to turn around. I would like to get to Steamboat Creek and get video of both the beach and the creek at Steamboat Creek. That would be cool. Because, you know, content. When it's few and far between days to come out here, you want to get as much as you can. Half a mile and we're coming up to a small creek crossing. This isn't one of the 2 big ones I was thinking we'd have difficulties with, but you know, if you're like me and like to live life dangerously and wear regular hiking shoes on the beach and not rubber boots like everybody else, every creek crossing can be a spicy creek crossing. I'm gonna have to go walk across these rocks, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna have to rock hop like any other creek. Doot doo doot doo doo. Doot doo doot doo doo. Ooh. Spicy spot. Oh, and the rock moves. Yay. Giving myself ample opportunities for bits and title screens and such. I was stopping to take a picture to send to Nash to harass him. Ocean, rocks, driftwood.
Otter?
No, those got toes. That's just a dog. It's a dog, whether it be coyote or person. Beach walking. Beach walking. Beach walking. Beach walking. Yeah? A little steeper here as we get bedrock directly to water almost.
Huh.
Crab pot open.
Yeah. Rocks. Is this the rocks patch you were talking about?
No, they went way out.
Oh, okay. Because
There might be something out there underneath. With tide.
yeah.
I don't see the tide. I came down this way. If we get to the bridge, we know.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to stop at one of those two large creeks and shoot both the ocean and the water and the creek. Sand tough to walk. Soft sand, not good walk. And not enough rock to walk on rock. We call these Mickey ear buoys for obvious reasons. It's number 4, 5 so far. Creek crossing. Yeah. Let's test out the log. See how Unga Bunga log is. Methinks Unga Bunga log might be too slippy. Oh goodness. Oh, it is way too slippery. Yep, nope, way too slippery. Let's try that one. Yeah. Yep. The rocks, at least when dry, are semi-grippy. Wet wood is never good to cross on. Rock. You got flowers already? Oh, the rocks, yeah, impounded. I never did look up into the creek, look up into the breach and see what it looks like. Into the jungle. Almost looks like somebody's trail coming out there, but that's probably just high flow water pushing. All right, back to keeping up with father. Rude. All right, so I think that point and bluff up there is where the Beach 6 entrance would be if it still existed. I think that's where we're gonna stop for this video. But between here and there are two fairly decent creek crossings that I wanted to video and check out. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'd like to go to the next creek, so.
This is the dip of the Big Cedar Creek.
Yeah. Alright, time to cross on a driftwood log jam, which is can be terrifying. Dad can just wade on through. What makes it even more terrifying is I'm doing this with a GoPro in my hand, so I only have one hand to brace myself when shit like that happens. Ugh. God fucking damn it. That's why you don't walk on wet wood, folks. That's why you don't walk on perpetually wet wood, because it has zero grip. Jesus Christ. And then you fall through and you blow out a knee. Can't get grip to get back out before you fell through. Alright. This log is relatively flat. Gotta pick my way through this. This is why you wear rubber boots. Just walk through the small creek instead of having to attempt to scramble over driftwood log jams, which I will admit were really fun to do as a kid. But I wasn't trying to film and make content when I was doing this when I was 10. And I weighed probably half as much. And then I gotta do this at least one more time to go back. Or I just take my shoes off and wade through it. This might have been the not smart way to go. Shit, I maybe fucked up. Nothing give way, please. But I just stuck my hand in a whole bunch of mushrooms. Hopefully they're not contact poisonous. Hey there, this might be a short trip. Or a fun trip. Ha ha ha. Oh god. Yeah, everything just moves. It's just plopped up in here by the waves. Nothing is actually stable. Yeah, I think on the way back I'm just gonna take my shoes off and walk through it because I don't want to do that again. So close, yet so far. You can't trust your foot on anything. It's really tempting to just take one or two big steps and leap for it. Oh, Destruction Island came out. Sick. I want off the wood. If it was dry wood, or had been dry for a while, because it would be like summertime and warm out and gave the wood a chance to dry out for a while, and it wouldn't be nearly as bad. But yeah, I'm definitely not doing that again. Because that's not fun. And onto, if not solid ground, fucking stabler ground. My water bottle popped out of its holder too, so it's smacking me in the damn elbow every fourth step. I see. I see that. You wanted to continue further, or you wanted to stop here?
As far as you want to go.
I don't think it's that much farther, is it?
What?
To the next creek?
I think it's around the corner. Okay, we can go. How long you think the girls would almost head there before you want to go elsewhere. I'll carry this one, I'll leave it there.
Yeah. It says it's right there. The rocks and stuff is the creek right there at the corner.
It probably is.
Alright, see you at the next creek crossing. Alright, so we're coming to the turnaround point of our journey. This is theoretically somehow Beach 6 entrance. Is supposed to be somewhere in here, and this is Steamboat Creek. So somewhere in here we'll find a spot to sit down and have lunch and shoot some video of the ocean and of Destruction Island coming out. And then we'll turn around and go harass the women folk. But yeah, nice flat wide sandy beach as the tide goes out, and a fairly large creek. I'm probably gonna put a GoPro on that tall rock there if I can get across the creek, and then sit back in here on one of these logs. Yeah, I don't know how you get beach access from up there unless it comes way back this way. Or does the bluff flatten out on that side? That is a big creek entrance though.
So these aren't somebody
No,
else.
that's somebody else.
That's somebody else since me.
Kingfisher. I bet he's not very happy to be disturbed.
See, this is the bridge.
Yeah. There is the highway bridge there. Huh.
What's the steel box up there? I didn't go up there.
Yeah, well.
Looks like a boiler the way it's riveted together.
Yeah. An old shipwreck. Well, somewhere in here we'll hang out. I'll probably sit on one of those logs, find a decent spot to shoot the ocean,
Yeah, this
and
is
have
the one
lunch.
that had really cool stuff on it. There's one down here that just has twist and turn to the spiders
Huh.
and stuff. Super cool.
Doesn't look like there's much in the way of sitting on that side. I thought I was gonna shoot the creek. Don't really want to shoot the highway bridge right there. Much bigger logs to cross the creek on though. That would probably be a much better alternative. I'd like to put the GoPro on that rock there, but alternatively there's no real good place for me to sit if I were to put the GoPro on that rock. I bet he's not very happy with us disturbing his spot. Huh? No, I'm satisfied here.
I think there's three green ones there where that sticker's sticking up.
Yeah?
I released the red one with it because the green one and the red one had the house-shaped tags on them. I stuck them off.
Huh. Where do I want to sit? Set up the GoPro. Put it on that log there and sit in front of it? Sure, probably.
another one?
Right, we made it. This big square.
That one made it. It's about 5 minutes away from the tree. Plus
All right. After having lunch at Steamboat Creek and on 6th Beach, we are heading back. If you're curious, those islands out there are out in front of Ruby Beach, and then on the other side, that point there is, I believe it's Jefferson Head, which is the portion of the South Wilderness Coast. So we've been out there. I'll tag that video there, and of course we've done Ruby Beach a whole bunch of times. Now we head back, and those rocks right there at that kind of intermediate point is where we're ending up. What an absolutely stupid pretty day.
Where that one is up off the-
Yeah, already. Still going down for another 3 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, look at how cute and little the waves are, YouTube, when it's an outgoing tide and there hasn't been a storm in 5 days. And the ocean's had time to chill out for a little bit. This is probably what it looks like all summer, except for, 20 degrees warmer yet.
The tide's coming in, the waves are much bigger.
Yeah. I know, the perfect symmetry of the bluff. Let's make sure we get a picture. Click. 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 And then we might as well take a video. Get a short. Let's start that again. Leaving Steamboat Creek on Beach 6 and heading back to where we parked the cars at the Beach 4 access. Another bald eagle sitting in the snag there. Walking along the now much wider beach as the tide goes from a +9 to a dead 0. Still got 3 hours of tide going out, so we have a nice big wide fat beach to walk on eventually. Nice and easy cruising now on the firm sand. Just chilling. Just chilling. Want to dig up a clam? No, because look, there's another one. Not a clam?
You gotta be all over down there before it catches the low tide. That's a lot.
Yeah,
You still got to probably drop 3 feet yet.
I guess.
If up here is 9, and you're going down to 0. You got
Yeah.
about 200 yards out.
Yeah, I guess.
They're probably sand shrimp or something like that.
Possibly, yeah.
A nice flat sandy beach to walk on though.
Yeah. Contrast it with Rialto.
Yeah.
You gonna take the purple one home?
He wants to put that big rounded on the front grass next to the borax. I don't know why.
One of the pretty colored ones.
It's all faded colors.
Yeah.
The sand, or let the sand down the nice fresh plastic.
Yeah. Oh, there's a nest right there. Eagle nest.
I see. Okay, yeah.
Right there, YouTube. That would be why we're getting all the eagles. I mean, this is great wintering.
Yeah.
They like wintering along the coast anyway, but that would definitely be a nest.
Good collection of sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, as many as you want. Take your pick. Uh-oh. Like a tooth. That one looks like marble. Yeah. Be a nice mortar stone for grinding up grubbin. Sinking in. Perfecto. I guess since I made it out here, I better just turn this on and let this eat. Let's do the outro really quick. Thank you for joining us on this Cooley Outdoors adventure where we walked north along Beach 4 to where Beach 6 starts, aka the halfway point between the Beach 4 and the Ruby Beach trailheads. It was roughly 4.2 miles round trip, not including the access. Took us a few hours, shot some long exposure of the ocean, and now we're poking around at Tidepools, as there's a lot of good rocks here when the tide goes down at Beach 4. Some other time I'll have to come out here by myself maybe and poke around where I can just actually hang out and put the camera down. But there's a lot of good starfishing over there. Some good anemones. We got barnacles, and look at the size of these mussels. Don't quote me on it, YouTube, but I think you can harvest a certain amount of mussels off the rocks inside the park beaches. I've seen a couple of small crabs scurry. That was when I first got to it. So you got mussels are the purpley blue, you got barnacles, and then if I can find them again, they were kind of on the backside. Oh, these clumps here, these clumps of smaller things here. So you got the acorn barnacles, I think they're called, and then these are the gooseneck barnacles. And when the gooseneck barnacles get of large enough stature, they fetch a pretty penny. Obviously no commercial harvesting because it's a national park, but I'm pretty sure you can harvest for personal consumption out here as long as you don't do too much. I'd like to get out over there. I think I can. If I'm careful going down this rock, maybe not. The better play might just be to hop. Then how you getting back? I'd like to get over there. Some good explorationing. Mussels, barnacles. Anybody swimming around down in here? Some anemones, a whole bunch of anemones down there that have closed up. I'm trying not to step on large mussels and things. More anemones. Let's go that way and see what that crack looks like. Yes, certain beaches in Oregon are more famous for tide pooling than up here in Washington, but we do get a couple of spots that are pretty good. Problem is, this rock is so smooth and covered in seaweed that it's kind of sketchy to move around on. Little piston holes there with some anemones. Ooh, see, it's slippery, especially when it has the seaweed on it. Oh, there's Shmew and Dad in this crack. Just a couple of nematodes. Munchkin for scale. I can up here. Green equals seaweed equals slimy equals dead. I might be cliffing myself out, YouTube. Cliffing myself out in tidal rocks. Kinda looks like it. Let's see what goodness I can find. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. I might be able to go down off of that. Oh god, that's some legit seaweed action in between me and there though. And if I go across I might get stuck. Yeah. Maybe stuck. Yeah. I may be forced to slide on my butt and get all seaweedy. Or I make a leap of faith.
No.
Oh, there is zero grip. That wasn't too bad. Only seaweed was harmed. That is slippery as shit over there, though. But I'm trying to explore.
You're gonna fall.
Eh.
She's gonna be covered in seaweed right now.
Eh. Mom, wife's not letting me have fun.
Usually you're way out there.
Again, wifey poo ain't letting me have fun.
The first time I said anything to you, Brandon.
What's it look like this direction? Anything exciting? Some other time YouTube will come out here and do a more in-depth exploration of the Tidepool thing. Oh, bald eagle flying by. Distraction. Problem is we're on the back side, so it's all smooth over here. I might be able to get over there. I saw the bald eagle go by. Ah. Yeah. Alright, let's go this direction then. Yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Tell me what you... Either way, please leave a comment down below what you did not like about the video so I can improve it for next time. Ratings, accessibility, it's about a 3-hour drive from Seattle, so I'm going to give 2 stars. Difficulty, you're walking on a beach. The tide is your master, and that's about it. 1 star, enjoyment. It's not the greatest beach in the bunch along the coast in the park, but it's not bad. You get some tide pooling rocks, you get some creeks to cross over, you get a good variety of beach styles, so I'll give it a 3. 3 out of 5. Yeah. What are we going to do next time? No idea. Winter snowpack is absolutely terrible, so there may not be any snow action this year. So we may just continue doing this. Starfish. I feel like Nash and I went out there at one point. Nematodes. Starfish and anemones. And that's still too churned up to see if there's anything in there. That's a starfish. That's anemones. Only saw the 1 crab before. Tide's still going down for another 2 hours, but it's also going to be getting dark by the time the tide's all the way out, so might not get anything else done. Yeah, I think this might be it for this one. Have a good one, YouTube, and ciao.